I'm Joan Lunden. Welcome to DirecTV Hometown Heroes, a show about our subscribers from all over the country who perform extraordinary acts of kindness and courage every day. Tonight, the story of an American Idol icon and the Seattle woman who inspired him.
Thank you for everything that you've done for me. You really have changed my life.
Plus two friends from Florida who set out to clothe a child and ended up changing lives.
Every kid leaves with his own bag, and the kids have ownership of clothing that's theirs.
And in New York, the selfless volunteers behind what just might be the best pet shelter in all of America.
We love Bideawee! Bideawee rocks!
This is DirecTV Hometown Heroes.
People get ready, there's a train coming, picking up passengers from coast to coast. All you need is faith to hear that diesel humming. You don't need no ticket, you just get on board.
We begin tonight with a story about the power of music. For the past 34 years, Pastor Pat Wright and her choir have used their voices to help people all over the country. Correspondent Grant Goodeve went to Seattle to meet this extraordinary woman.
Most people know Seattle as the birthplace of grunge music. But for the past 34 years, a woman named Pastor Pat Wright has been making a different kind of music. She and her gospel choir are using their voices to help others, and they'll make you believe you can do the same.
Pat Wright is a great believer in the power of gospel music.
Gospel music is written about the struggles of life, but yet the hope of a future that's eternal, that there will be no more struggle.
This little light of mine.
Gospel has been part of Pat's life since childhood. By the time she was 20, she'd formed her own choir, dedicated to helping others.
I opened it up to the community, and kids came out of the woodwork. They came from all different directions and all kinds of situations in life. So we decided to call it the Total Experience Gospel Choir.
The requirements for membership in Total Experience are simple. First, the desire to sing regardless of talent.
We don't have auditions. I can teach you how to sing. First two are low, next one comes up, jumps an octave.
Second, and most important, a willingness to use your voice for charitable causes.
Camilla, it's your turn to burn, girl. Commitment is key. The commitment to do the choir's work.
And it is work. There's practice during the week and performances every weekend to raise money for charities.
We sing everywhere. Sold out concerts for, $65 a ticket. Mental health hospitals and elderly centers.
She demands a lot of your time because she's right there giving.
She's a life changer, I think.
Pat changes lives by teaching choir members how to give back to their community. And by learning to give back, some of her singers have seen their lives transformed.
Pat has trained some incredible singers.
One of those singers is Camilla's cousin, Sanjaya Malakar, who joined the choir a year before rocketing to fame on American Idol.
When I first met Pastor Wright, she's kind of intimidating. She'll do anything for everyone, but at the same time, she'll tell you what she thinks.
Pastor Pat told me that when Sanjaya joined the choir, he had talent, but hadn't yet learned to sing from his soul.
I heard that he was actually a shy kid. How could that be?
He was really bashful about singing it. He had his head all down, and I said, honey, that doesn't cut it with me. Raise your head up and act as though you're the world's greatest singer.
Pat's message about singing from the inside was one that Sanjaya couldn't quite understand, until his cousin and fellow choir member Camilla found herself in the eye of a once-in-a-lifetime storm, Hurricane Katrina.
She and her little brother had gone down to Laurel, Mississippi to visit their grandparents. And we didn't think it would be very much of a problem because Laurel is 100 miles inland. But that was a wicked hurricane that came through.
Though everything around them was a wasteland, Camilla's family was fortunate. They managed to somehow survive the hurricane unscathed.
It was insane. It took 2 days for people to just carve a pathway for cars to get through into town to try to get food and water. It was life-changing to see that.
When she finally was able to get back on a plane and come back to Seattle, I told the choir, this is our next mission. We're going to go to Mississippi. We're going to help those people.
We sang everywhere we possibly could to raise money. It was multiple performances every weekend.
We have a bag full of baby and toddler clothes.
The choir also organized several donation drives. In the first 6 months alone, with the help of concert revenues and a radio fundraiser, Pat and her choir sent over $250,000 worth of donations and goods to Katrina victims. But that wasn't enough for Pat. In the summer of 2006, she took choir members to the Gulf Coast to rebuild houses and offer a helping hand.
Our young people in the choir went down and they tore down houses and they carried away hazardous stuff. We actually worked all day and sang at night. I wanted the kids to see what happened in New Orleans. They could hardly stand it.
Younger choir members like Sanjaya were especially affected by the experience.
I didn't even realize what we were really getting ourselves into until we got down to New Orleans, Mississippi. It was like people see that kind of stuff on TV and you don't really realize that it's real, that people are actually suffering every day.
It was on this trip that Sanjaya finally understood what Pastor Pat had been trying to teach him.
If you're singing, don't sing for yourself or the audience. Sing for a higher power. Sing for something more than just yourself.
All of a sudden, he said, Miss Pat, I'm ready. I said, to do what? He said, I'm ready to sing. He took the mic in Mississippi, and he brought the house down every night. From that point on, it was the Sanjaya show.
A few months later, Sanjaya landed his spot on American Idol, but he says it was Pastor Pat who helped him find his true voice.
Well, you know, he sent you a message before he went on the Idol tour. He said he missed you very much. You're very important to him.
I miss him too.
Well, we have some video, and it's a message direct to you, and I want to play that for you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Pastor Wright, I love you, I miss you, thank you for everything that you've done for me. You really have changed my life, and just in my life, you brought me to a higher place, and I'm completely grateful for that.
Oh.
Wow.
Doesn't get better than that.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Take someone to a higher place.
Yeah. Look where he is now. That's amazing. Thank you, Sanjaya.
I'd like to introduce Pastor Patronelle Wright and the Total Experience School Choir.
As for Pastor Pat, her desire to give back continues. She's still raising money for Katrina victims, recently with a concert at St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Seattle.
We're trying to raise enough money to buy a Katrina cottage. Very small, yet very, very, very functional houses to try to get families out of the FEMA trailers, one family at a time.
How precious did God's grace appear the hour I first believed. Everybody, one more round. Amazing Grace, come on.
More than 30 years after starting her choir, Pastor Pat remains one of Seattle's great treasures. Day after day, she inspires her community to reach higher and go farther.
I think she's a saint walking around in this little body of hers. And I sometimes now refer to her as my other mother, because that's what it feels like.
The Total Experience Choir is my family. Their joys are my joys. Their hopes are my hopes. I strive to instill in them that there's nothing too hard for you to do. You just have to have the faith to do it.
I was blind, but right now I can see.
This year, Pastor Pat and her Seattle choir will perform more than 50 concerts to benefit those in need. All the work that she's done to help others we're proud to call Pat Wright a DirecTV hometown hero. Coming up next,
oh my goodness, look.
A clothing store for children that's one of a kind. And later, a pet shelter that's more like part of the family. DirecTV Hometown Heroes will be right back. Welcome back. Buying new clothes for school is something most of us take for granted. But when two friends realized an alarming number of children in their Florida community never got to do that, they opened a special store just for them. Clearwater, Florida is known for its sandy beaches and warm summer weather. But eventually, every summer ends, and it's time to go back to school. Back to school means it's time to take the kids shopping for new clothes. That's what Clearwater resident Astrid Aguirre did recently.
I try to get them what they need, but sometimes it gets hard. You know, the beginning of the school, kids like to start school and have new stuff and make sure the kids are well dressed up.
Good morning, Clothes to Kids. Donna speaking.
The store where Astrid went shopping, Clothes to Kids, is unlike any other.
I don't think that someone couldn't find something here. I'd be pretty shocked.
It not only does charge full retail prices.
That's cute.
Everything in the store is completely free for kids from low-income families.
Our vision was to have a place where kids could come and shop, and we wanted to provide new and quality used clothing to low-income children free of charge.
What about this one, DeAndrea?
Our goal is to make it a dignified and bright and cheerful place where families can come and shop for clothes.
There you are. Clothes to Kids was created in 2002 by Jody I and Marie McClung, two friends who met in junior high school.
I hung out with all the cheerleaders, and Jody was always very outgoing and very energetic and just a super, super fun person to be with.
As they grew older, Jody and Marie both went into education. Marie is a volunteer. Jody is a first-grade teacher. She was shocked to see kids who lacked life's basics.
Every day I was scrounging for clothing for kids to wear. You know, they came without underwear, they came with little brother's shoes on, they came with mom's sweatpants on, and we'd have to put a pin in them or a belt around them. And it always bothered me. It was just a nagging social issue. We have some challenge areas for sure.
We do. Jody and Marie decided they had to do something, no matter how modest, to help.
We started off gathering clothes from friends and family members and just putting them in our garages, and people just responded. We thought, well, we'll just try to find a place.
In mid-2003, they moved their nonprofit into a tiny storefront, calling it Clothes to Kids. Before long, they were bursting at the seams.
Well, one Saturday, I looked at Marie and I said, we can't do this any longer. Because literally, if you turned around, you would bump into somebody.
2 years after starting, they moved into a huge 5,000 square foot superstore in downtown Clearwater. All of the goods are donated by people and businesses in the local community. And the displays are by Macy's designers who volunteer their time and talent.
So many times, these families are going into social agencies where they have to maybe dig through boxes of clothes, and it's embarrassing. So when they come to Clothes to Kids, it's fun to watch them come in for the first time because they can look around and say, this is different.
That's what Astrid and her children found out when they visited the store one recent morning.
Hello, how are you? Okay.
May I have your name, please?
Astrid Aguirre.
Clothes to Kids works on a simple formula. Clients are referred by a church, school, or social service organization.
It's for Demelin, and that's for Joelise.
And you have 2 children?
Yes.
Clients can shop at the store twice each year.
So your next visit can be March of '08 or after.
And each child can take a full wardrobe of clothes.
4 bottoms, 5 tops, and a dress or a skirt, and a pair of shoes.
Okay.
And you don't get a skirt.
With that, Astrid and her kids, Demi-Lynn and Joelise, are set loose in the store.
Oh my goodness, look. Oh, this is a large. So this with the heart. Jolie, you want to try these on?
By the time they're done, Astrid's children have plenty of new clothes, and everybody's ready for the new school year.
Let's go pack them up. Tomorrow's the big one. It's a good atmosphere, very comfortable. It makes you feel like you just shop in a regular store. Thank you, bye-bye.
Every kid leaves with his own bag, and the moms are happy, and the kids have ownership of clothing that's theirs.
Emily, you happy?
Yeah.
Giving their clients a sense of dignity and ownership is what makes Clothes to Kids volunteers feel like they're making a difference.
They're always like, bless you, have a wonderful day, thank you so much. So it's really nice.
It's a little bit like playing Santa Claus. You know, you get them these beautiful clothes that they never had in their life, shoes that fit them, and just the kids, the glow in their eyes.
To date, Jody and Marie's store has supplied Clearwater area children with more than 12,000 wardrobes. Jody and Marie say they never get tired of reaching out to people in their community.
Okay, so this is what you've picked out so far?
We came up with an idea and we kind of kept pushing it, but it's really the volunteers and it's the people that donate the clothing and it's all the people that have all these special skills. I feel like they are really the heroes.
I'm so proud of what Clothes to Kids has become and what we're doing to help kids. I'm really glad you came today shopping with us.
Thank you very much, and thank you.
That means the world to us because we really know that we're not only helping kids, but we're helping teachers, we're helping parents, we're helping a lot of people along the way.
Last year, Clothes to Kids provided wardrobes to more than 3,000 youngsters in the community of Clearwater, Florida. And that dedication to helping children is what makes Jody I a DirecTV hometown hero. Coming up next,
Buttery Rock.
an innovative pet shelter committed to improving the lives of people and animals. You're watching DirecTV Hometown Heroes. Our final story tonight focuses on man's best friend. Every year, millions of pets enter animal shelters in the U.S., but not all shelters are created equal. Correspondent Dr. Winnie King has the story of volunteers who make a shelter on the East Coast a nationwide model.
Long Island, New York is home to pristine beaches, quaint villages, and a community that emphasizes togetherness.
We love Bideawee. Buttery Rock.
And today, that community is gathering to support an animal shelter that's more like a member of the family. Bideawee, which in Scottish means stay a while, is one of the oldest and largest animal shelters in America.
We want to provide innovative continuum services for people and pets to help with the animal-human bond.
Since it was founded over 100 years ago, Bideawee has placed an incredible 1 million pets with loving families. It does that thanks to exceptional volunteers like Grace Hora and her daughter Kelly.
Bideawee is a place that people know that they can bring an animal to that will be well taken care of until they can be put up for adoption.
I love volunteering 100%. It's a great experience for me.
This experience has definitely brought me closer to my daughter. We're both very big animal lovers.
It's great to know that I'm helping the animals as well as my community.
Helping the community is what makes Bideawee more than just a shelter. Kelly and Grace are just part of the volunteer staff of hundreds that help keep the 3 New York area Bideawee facilities humming as they fill up with animals.
Good girl. We have anywhere from 60 to 150 animals for adoption every day here. These kitties are all here for adoption, for their forever homes. Cats stress a lot when they're coming to a new environment, so we like to give them just a little time to acclimate, get their bearings, figure out where they are. These guys are about 12 weeks old. We do take care of special needs animals. This is Penny, she's one of them. She was hit by a car when she was about a year old, and she has a spinal injury, so she can't jump very high.
Unlike many other shelters, Bideawee never puts down a single healthy animal.
Bideawee is a no-kill shelter. We do not euthanize an animal for space. We take in as many animals as we can accommodate and find them homes.
Finding homes for the animals is just a part of what Bideawee does to improve the lives of people and pets in the community.
Good girl.
For starters, it offers state-of-the-art vet care for all of its animals.
We perform spays and neuters on the animals that come in for adoption. Every year, 6 to 8 million animals are euthanized in the United States alone. We are committed at Bideawee to changing that.
Bideawee also has a truly unique feature, the Golden Years Retirement Home, where pets are the main residents. It's a place for animals whose owners have passed away or become too ill to care for them.
We are able to provide care for those animals for the life of the animal until it passes away.
This is the playroom. This is for the retirement home residents, for them to come and spend some time in a larger space and interact with other dogs. Come on in, I'll show you. Come on, all the way up. If I'm having a stressful day or just need a break, to come in and spend some time with them really makes the day enjoyable.
Finally, Bideawee offers the community bereavement counseling and a pet cemetery, all for when the time comes to say goodbye.
It's a very beautiful area that we have to provide people and their pets with an area where they can come and mourn and bury their animals at the end of their life.
But mostly, Bideawee is about improving the lives of people and animals.
Who thinks they have the biggest dog here?
Bideawee has touched so many members of the local community, it was no problem to draw hundreds of people and pets to a recent fair and fundraiser.
My dog's name is Otis.
This is Snuggles, his brother Pumpkin.
My dog's name is Rosie.
Since most of these pets were adopted from Bideawee, there's no shortage of community members to attest to the group's impact on their lives.
We want to thank Bideawee for all of their efforts on behalf of the pets that we love so much. They do a wonderful job.
We love our dog.
It's amazing that I get to do this every single day and change people's lives.
We love Bideawee, the only place to adopt from.
It's a wonderful place. They do a lot of good things.
Being part of Bideawee, I really feel like I'm making a difference.
I think Bideawee is a great organization. The people here are just so friendly and helpful. I think Bideawee is a great service to the community.
Last year, Bideawee found homes for nearly 2,000 animals in the greater New York area. For their inspiring volunteer efforts, Grace and Kelly Pecora are DirecTV hometown heroes. The inspirational stories you've just seen show how DirecTV subscribers are changing lives in their communities. These unsung heroes show us all how we can make a difference. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on DirecTV Hometown Heroes. Until then, I'm Joan Lunden. For more information on these stories and how to get involved, go to directv.com/heroes.
People get ready, there's a train coming. Picking up passengers from coast to coast. All you need is faith to hear that diesel humming. You don't need no ticket, you just get on board.